Welcome back to episode Flicks and Figs 32. Here you are with Tac Toys, so welcome back Tac Toys, your home of all the latest 6-inch or 1/12 action figure news. And at the time of this video, tomorrow, which is my birthday, Saturday the 17th of August, you can head on over if you're in Brighton to Star Action Figures. Dan, who will be there, and the rest of the crew. This video is not for kids, and let's get on in to the latest action figure news. So McFarlane start us off with their Dark Knight Batman, and of course someone who could go with Dark Knight Batman is Huntress. It's another offering from McFarlane DC Multiverse. Both of these looking pretty good. And I guess someone that Batman could maybe battle, but more a Dick Tracy villain is of course the question. The blank, sorry, not the question, the blank from Mezco 112. Now this did sell out quite quick, so you could probably get on the wait list. Obviously it's quite a popular item. I think it's a Mezco 112 exclusive, looking from these pics as far as I'm aware. But obviously maybe some of our UK independent retailers, yeah, it is a Mezco 112 exclusive. Maybe some of our UK independent retailers may be able to get this one in, you never know. They can do sometimes. But obviously this is proving popular. I mean, obviously there's the Dick Tracy villains are getting rounded out. So yeah, this is the blank. Now I think this was Madonna in the film, which is funny. It'd be good if it came with a Madonna head sculpt. Shout out to Rich M for that one. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Did you manage to get this, or is it one you're on the wait list for? And I guess going from Dick Tracy back to DC, we get a look here at McFarlane Green Lantern figures. So we get a look at Tomar-Re and Abin. So there's a few different head sculpts with this Green Lantern body, so you can round out your Green Lanterns. And keeping it on a space theme here, we get a look here at Star Wars Black Series Darth, Maul and K2SO, yeah. So again, a few Black Series offerings. I've got to be honest with Black Series, I'd really like to do a few more characters. I mean, how many Darth Mauls have we had now? This is sort of, you know, you're spoilt for choice with Darth Mauls. There's obviously the SDCC exclusive with the bike. But yeah, come on, let's get some different characters from the original trilogy, some background characters. Let's fan out that collection in Black Series a little bit more. But again, let me know what your thoughts are on these two releases. Let me know if you're picking either of them up. Yeah, I mean, they look, you know, they're sort of, I suppose, decent offerings. I'm guessing this is from Andor or something like that. The K2SO, I'm not totally sure actually. I'm a bit behind with my, or maybe the Acolyte. I'm a bit behind with my my Star Wars watching, so let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it certainly would be nice to get some different characters in Black Series. But again, welcome back to Tac Toys, your home of action figure content, and let's get into that action figure content a little bit more. So yeah, so again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, anything like that. And we have a look at Loose Collector, who's got the Burning Hammer. This is a character called Montez Lee, looking a bit like Bruce Lee, and I guess keeping it with that sort of Eastern Asian theme, maybe from a dragon to someone who fights dragons. This is the Cang Toys Dragon Girl on 5K Toys. Credit to Find My Figures for this one. So we're going from Enter the Dragon to the Dragon Girl. And this is a pretty looking figure, very nice sort of costume design here. Again, probably going to have import style articulation. Something that probably will be, yeah, like I say, should be available on 5K Toys. And credit to Find My Figures for these photos. So yeah, very nice looking figure. Let me know if you've picked up any of these import style figures, or if you've got any import style figures in your collections and which ones you have. Yeah, I certainly do think the colours on this look pretty good. I think I've seen this before. I'm pretty sure in a previous episode of Flicks and Figs I've mentioned this figure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, looking at the sort of background and everything, or at least I've seen it before. I think on 5K Toys, but it's certainly an interesting design. I know nothing about this character. I don't know if it's an original IP or if it's sort of you know, an original character, or if it's an existing one. But yeah, nice to look at, isn't it? Some nice sort of something a bit different for the collection. And I guess going from dragons to maybe someone who can fight dragons, here we get a look at the Frazetta Girls Icons Collectibles 1/12 Norseman. Maybe he fights dragons, maybe he fights evil wizards, all that kind of good stuff. But more sword and sorcery for your shelf. This looks pretty good. Frazetta Girls always do good sort of figures, and I guess keeping it with that in that world of, we go to McFarlane Toys with Medieval Spawn. This is going to be his new Kickstarter. This does look really good. I had the original Medieval Spawn figure way back in the 90s, so this looks good. I have the sort of retail release one, but this is going to be the Kickstarter, so it'll come with all sorts of bells and whistles. McFarlane's certainly been sort of you know, on and off promoting this every so often for quite a while. It's taken him some time to get this going, but here we go. And going over to Brutal Realm, we have a look at their blank body for their customs. So again, you can make gladiators or even medieval knights to this with this kind of thing, going for medieval spawn. But this is sort of more, I guess, in the world of, well, actually, Brutal Realm has all sorts of different characters, isn't it? I've seen Native Americans and all that kind of thing in their collection. Again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. And talking of sort of old themes, old kind of things, we've got a look here. I think it's Thunder Toys. Let me have a quick look. It's basically the Western Ghost Rider. Let's have a look. Yeah, Thunder Toys 1/12 scale Hell Ranger. I think this may have sold out again, actually. But if you do want something to add to your Mezco 1/12 Ghost Rider, you know, something to accompany that piece, this is certainly a good option. Or your Marvel Legends versions, like maybe your Danny Ketch that we recently got. Maybe this is certainly a good option. But yeah, it even lights up, which is quite exciting to look at. This is probably going to be in all the usual places like 5K Toys, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, comes with that alternate head sculpt that was from the Nicolas Cage movie. But yeah, and there's rumours that we're going to get a new Ghost Rider in the MCU at some point. They've sort of mentioned the actor. I think it's the guy from Supernatural, but one of the guys from Supernatural. But anyway, I digress. This Thunder Toys 1/12 scale Hell Ranger does look good. Let me know if it's something you want to pick up if you can get it. I suppose places like VC Toy Box and 5K Toys are going to be places where it'll be in stock. But it certainly does look good, doesn't it? But yeah, nice to see we're getting some Ghost Rider love. I mean, obviously we've had the Marvel Legends, we've had the bike and Danny Ketch, and yeah, obviously there's the Mezco 1/12 versions, so it's pretty nice selection. I mean, the Engine of Vengeance would be something that would be, you know, a nice. Well, Ramen Toys do that version, so of course you can go for that if you want to. But it's really up to you. And then we get a look here at Memory Toys, a new figure on 5K Toys. It's an undead warlock sharman. There seems to be a theme with a lot of supernatural stuff in this episode of Flicks and Figs, but this certainly looks really, really good. Don't think this character's got a name. I think it's an original IP again, as I mentioned. And we looked at Thunder Toys Hell Ranger earlier, didn't we? And keeping it with a Western theme here. Get a look at Ramen Toys the Marshal. These are kind of like final production designs as far as I'm aware. Looks really good. Looks really, really good actually. Have to say, Ramen Toys, they've spent time working on this and it really does show. It looks really good. So if you're a big fan of Brave Star, here you go. There was of course that Dassin Toys Brave Star figure a while back, but it was a little short, to be honest. It was kind of I think it came up at 5.5 inches. It's kind of a little shorter than Marvel Legends. This is going to be more in your 7-inch scale, and this is obviously a more modernized version of sort of Brave Star's design. I mean, it's obviously not meant to be officially Brave Star, it's the Marshal, but you know, we can see what it is clearly. It's clearly meant to be Brave Star. So yeah, if you're a big 80s fan or a big Brave Star fan, there you go. You can kind of pick this up. Let me know if you're born in the 80s. Like I say, I was born in the 80s. It's my birthday tomorrow at the time of this video. I do remember Brave Star. Never had any of the toys when I was a child. I do remember a few people having the toys when I was a child, but they were quite hard to find. The toys, the horse, I think he's called 3030 or something, from, well, the Ramen Toys version is coming. Be nice if we get some of the villains from Brave Star and from Ramen Toys. I'm sure all that kind of, if the Marshal sells well, all that kind of good stuff will no doubt be on the way. So yeah, looking pretty good. And I guess moving over to military 1/12 scale theme, we get a look at Valaverse Action Force, the Trooper from Series 5. So here you go. Here's a few sort of in-hand shots, I guess. Yeah. So you can build out your troopers. Now this is obviously on the newer body mold. I think the grenades are removable in his thigh holster there, as far as I'm aware. So again, a bit of more innovation in terms of the accessories and weapons. Let me know if there's anything you're picking up from Series 5. I think I'm going to go for a few Praetorian Guards and a few. Is it Senshi or the samurai guy and the Colonel Siege? Of course, here in the UK. They're all going to be available on props and replicas. And here we get a look at some G.I. Joe classified dial tone, backpack, Leatherneck, sword, Viper vests, possible Pythona hands. These are courtesy of Full Force Weekly and Shaw Liu, these pictures. So yeah, appreciate that. I'm sure these have been mentioned on the Full Force Weekly podcast. If they haven't, I'm sure they will be. But yeah, so these are obviously going to be upcoming figures. I presume they're going to be shown at PulseCon, I imagine. So going from Valaverse there to G.I. Joe Classified. And let's go over to Jada Toys. We get a look here at Cyberpunk, David and Lucy. These certainly do look good, don't we? We get a look at the packaging as well. Very nice looking figures. So these will be out probably, well, I presume before the end of the year. But We have seen 1 or 2 more additions from SDCC, so yeah, looking really, really good. Let me know if you're going to pick these up if you've watched. I think they're from an animated series on Netflix of Cyberpunk, but they certainly do look good. I mean, it's really interesting to see what Jada Toys, what licenses they're working with. I mean, they've got Scooby-Doo on the horizon. Obviously, that was shown at SDCC. The Street Fighter line is now shown complete. Obviously, we haven't got them all yet, but it's shown complete. And it'll be interesting to see what other sort of Cyberpunk characters we get. They certainly are very eye-catching, these Cyberpunk characters, so it'll certainly be nice to get these in hand. And of course, they come with cloth goods. And I think June from Jada Toys was saying the price point will be quite reasonable. Be interesting to see if we see these at MCM Comic Con in October in London, because Jada Toys are there. I don't think we probably will. I think we'll probably just see the Street Fighter stuff, but you never know. I mean, last year they didn't bring any Street Fighter figures. They concentrated on their Universal monsters, which was a bit of a shame, to be honest, a bit of a missed opportunity. But I think this year they've learnt from that, and we probably are very likely, I'd say, to be seeing the Street Fighter figures at MCM Comic Con in October. But again, let me know in the comments below if you're going to collect the Cyberpunk line, if you've watched the Netflix series, if you played the game. I know the game was highly anticipated, and then unfortunately it was a very disappointment. But talking of games, I guess we go over to King of Fighters 98 Ralph Jones. This is from Storm Collectibles. This certainly does look good. Yeah, so if you want to sort of round out your kind of fighting games, Storm Collectibles characters, here you go. It's another King of Fighters character. Of course, they are doing Street Fighter as well, Storm Collectibles, as is Jada Toys. So we go from Jada Toys over to Storm Collectibles here. But don't know much about this character, but he looks really good. I tend to, personally, maybe a bit of a hot topic, but personally I tend to think the King of Fighters characters do all look quite similar. They kind of look a bit generic compared to, say, Street Fighter, which looks a bit more, Street Fighter characters look a bit more dynamic or a bit more sort of individual, whereas the King of Fighters characters all look a bit the same, if I'm honest. But they look good. I mean, this is an extremely well done action figure. There's no doubt about that. I particularly like this effect, where he's got the punching effect, that clips into his wrist. I think that's very clever and very cool. And, Storm Collectibles are doing a really good job of giving us sort of video game characters in, well, I say 1/12 scale. It's a very generous 1/12 scale. I think the thing is, what we'd like to see more is basically them finishing lines. So they tend to start a lot of lines and do like a couple of characters and don't really tend to finish them. I mean, I think there was that World of Heroes series where they did like 2 characters. I mean, I think this is the second character from King of Fighters 98, if I'm correct. Might be wrong. I think they've done a few King of Fighters 96 figures, but I'd really like to see them just fill out a line rather than sort of start all these new different lines. Just complete a line of characters for us to collect. Yes, they're expensive. Here in the UK they're about £80. I imagine in the US they're about $80, maybe even a bit more. But I mean, they do look good. There's no denying they do look good. I'd really like to see a scale comparison of how this sort of scales next to, say, true 1/12 characters like, say, Marvel Legends or G.I. Joe Classified, something like that. I think Tom in Plastic Multiverse, shout out to him, has the guy in the orange pajamas, as far as I'm aware. I think he does, don't know what his name is. Obviously this guy's name is Ralph Jones. But I remember when I was collecting the Street Fighter line of Storm Collectibles, they were getting bigger and bigger, and it was getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, Sagat was just enormous. Sagat was sort of dwarfing, the Juggernaut and the Hulk in Marvel Legends, which is kind of really silly. But yeah, I want these to be true 1/12 scale. I want them to be, able to scale with Marvel Legends and stuff like that. And talking to Marvel Legends, feel free to check out Dan Who Reviews, Legends and Liquor, Turtles and Tea with Dan and Tanner, and of course Joe's and Juice with Dan, Tom Mini Plastic Multiverse, and myself, talking all the latest G.I. Joe Classified news. And of course check out Jay's Toy Collection UK for action figure reviews in UK, and Lego, a lot of Lego. He's been recently doing a lot of Lego videos. Feel free to check out Justin Collects. At the time of this video, tomorrow on my birthday, later on, he's going to have his first live stream, so please go and check that out. 8:45 in the US. Check out Miguel and the Wolfpack Toy Review. Feel free to check out Robo Don't Know. Of course, he's had a play day recently, and he does his Robo Don't Know weekly live streams where he talks all the latest action figure news. Feel free to check out Happy Pursuits as well, a really positive and fun YouTube channel. Feel free to check out Chris over at Mod Extra Collectibles, Games and Collectibles, and what else we've got cooking in the comments. Again, I'll put links to all these YouTube channels in the comments below. Feel free to check out Adam, AC Toy Design, and his Patreon. You can of course check out Austin, the hero of collectors, as well. And what else? Let's see. Ah, yes, you can check out Trevor the 1/6 Shooter for all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions and more. And for action figure reviews in Ireland, feel free to check out Brian's action figure reviews. And you can, of course, check out Big Will, Pictures and Plastic, for all his wrestling videos with featuring the Who Crew. And if you like film and TV, you can check out filmandtvreview.com. So yeah, I think that website's had a bit of a revamp, and feel free to check out Photo Dave and Toy Pics for action figure photography, toy tips and tricks, I should say. And feel free to check out my friend Elson for pop music and covers of his own design as well. And you can, of course, check out Cypher Sigma for film reviews and also action figure pickups. So yeah, lots of good stuff there. And of course, why So Serious Toys? Feel free to check out that YouTube channel as well. So again, I'll try and put links to all these YouTube channels in the comments below. And of course, Dante and the Infinity Equation, which is like a podcast on action figure chat. And Agent Z-Man, of course, who, yeah, he's been at many events with me, part of the Who Crew. And let's have a look at some sort of stuff that's coming into stock, at least in the Far East. I believe in Indonesia. You've got to look at Zen Urisu. This looks really cool in 1/12 scale. I have seen this character before. I guess it's a video game character, or maybe something from anime or something like that. It does look very, very cool. Or maybe it's an original concept character. Well, you let me know in the comments below if you know what it is. And then some pocket art gun girls. These look really fun, sort of anime style. Girls with, you know, weapons and all that kind of thing. I mean, these will fit if they are 1/12 scale. I think they're 1/12 scale. I know that Zenarishu was, but these should, I think they are, yeah. These should fit in with your G.I. Joe Classified or your Valaverse Action Force, your Operation Monster Force, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, essentially anime girls with guns. So there you go. That looks good. Cloth costumes. I guess a bit more Mezco 1/12 style, really. I suppose, really, being cloth costumes. So if you want something like that, you can of course go and pick these up. I'm not sure where you get these in the UK, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I mean, Big Bad Toy Store might stock these, so that might be an option to check out. Of course, we're talking of places you can check out to stock with items for stock and pre-order. Feel free to check out Blue Isle Collectibles, and you can of course check out my link in the comments below. Feel free to check out Kapow Toys, and in particular their Operation Monster Force. You can of course check out Props and Replicas, who will be a UK stockist to Valaverse Action Force Series 5. Feel free to check out Comics and Cocktails, and you can of course check out all the cool stuff. And what else we got cooking? Let's have a look. You can check out Gobsmack Comics, and what else? Let's see. You can check out, oh yes, In Demand Toys. And again, I'll put links to all these UK independent retailers and international ones in the comments below. And of course, Star Action Figures. I mentioned them earlier, didn't I, at the time of this video? On my birthday tomorrow, they've got an event at their base in Brighton. You can check out the whole shebang. And feel free to check out Valaverse.com for all your Action Force needs, of course. And what else? Let's see. You can check out Invincible Toys on Big Bad Toy Store. Their Fist Action Figures, which will be coming in stock very soon. And of course, Futuristic Combat Soldiers. And that's it for episode 32 of Flicks and Figs. I hope you enjoyed it. Sort of random action figure news there, isn't it? Lots of little different bits and pieces to talk about. I hope you enjoyed that all. As I say, it's my birthday tomorrow, so no live stream tomorrow, but you can check out Dan Who's channel for his live stream from Star Action Figures. And until next time, make sure you enjoy those Flicks and Figs.